Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are in New York City, and you are with Unity in Harlem this Sunday, July 6th, 2025. We are an open, inclusive, diverse, and welcoming community, the spiritual community that sees each person as a creation of the divine spirit. And through the study of metaphysical interpretations of the Bible and other sacred literature, you are invited to discover your own divinity. Through our Sunday services here, through our Tuesday classes, and to our Friday prayer circle, to our time with pillars in meditation, and to our time with Morehouse for older adults. Today, we are pleased to have a guest soloist, and her name is Nissi Victoria Toro. And as you can probably guess, she's a relative and a delightful daughter of Reverend Enrique Toro, who comes to speak often at Unity in Harlem. We will also have our Unity in Harlem affirmation that will be led by Bob Ponce. We'll have another meditation song. We'll have the talk today. And as I always say, the title is Let's Do No Thing. And as always, Reverend Carol cloaks very cleverly the message, which reveals itself towards the end. So pay close attention. And then we will have another song, a musical interlude, our prayer requests and offering. And I will come back and tell the weekly announcements. We'll have a song at the end, Don't Stop Believing. And then the prayer of protection and the peace song. So now I'd like to turn the service over to Miss Toro, Nissi Toro, who will sing our opening celebration song called Almost There. And you will probably recognize it. However, I forgot that I wanted to read something to you as I always do. So I apologize, Nissi. And this is from another New Thought writer. And I think it's really good that you broaden who you hear in New Thought. I'm sure you all have the Daily Word from Unity Village. And this one is from the Universal Foundation for Better Living. And the writer is Reverend Marilyn King, Marilyn King Compton. And it says, encourage yourselves. There are times when we must encourage ourselves, whether we retreat into silence to hear what God has to say, sing an uplifting song, or read words of inspiration. But our goal is to shut out the noise that distracts us from remembering our spiritual nature. Whether we live alone or with family, the still small voice of God reminds us that we are never alone. God is with us every step of our life's journey. God's presence abides in us and encourages us to live mindfully in our spiritual nature because doing so activates our spiritual potential. Affirm often, I can do all things because God has strengthened me, prospered me, healed me, and blessed me. God is for me, never against me. With God, I succeed beyond my wildest imaginations. When the world and its challenges seem loud and the voice of encouragement seems silent, you can do something very powerful. You can encourage yourself. Affirm what you know to be true, even if it doesn't seem to be true for you. With a smile on your face, an affirmation in your heart, and laughter on your lips, encourage yourself. And from 1 Samuel 30, verse 6, but David encouraged himself in the Lord. And now I will bring on Nissi Toro to sing the first opening celebration song, Almost There. Thank you. You go. Okay.
Thank you, Annette. As she mentioned, this is a song that you've probably heard before, so please free to sing along. I don't have time for dancing. That's just gonna have to wait a while. Ain't got time for messing around, and it's not my style. This whole town can slow you down, people taking the easy way. I know exactly where I'm going, getting closer and closer every day, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. People down here think I'm crazy, but I don't care. Trials and tribulations, you know I had my share. There ain't nothing gonna stop me now, 'cause I am almost there. I remember that he told me fairy tales can't come true. You gotta make it happen, it all depends on you. So I work real hard each and every day. Now things are going my way. Just look at what I do. Look how I'm coming through, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. People gotta come here from everywhere, and I'm almost there. I am almost there. There's been trials and tribulations, you know I had my share. But I've climbed the mountain, I've crossed the river, and I'm almost there. I am almost there. I am almost there.
Isaiah 55 verse 11 says, "So shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it." Unity affirmations speak to the power of our words, and particularly the power of I am. And so we say this affirmation every Sunday to affirm our divine nature. The words are on the screen, and I invite you to say them with me. I am an abundant, radiating center of God's love and light for peace, healing, and inner truth for all.
Now I have a song of meditation. The lyrics are in your bulletin. Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, it's only seed. It's a heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's a dream afraid of breaking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give, and the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. And the night has been too lonely, and the road has been too long, and you think that love is holy for and strong. Just remember that in the winter, far beneath the bitter snow, lies a seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose.
Thank you, Nissi, for a beautiful rendition of a beautiful, beautiful song. It actually makes you travel. If you're a thinking person, that is, makes you travel the road of becoming something. So beautifully done. And thank you for being our guest soloist today. We take time now to become still, to become quiet, focusing on the within and opening ourselves to allow that quiet to flow forth from within. It is always there, seeking an outlet. As you straighten your back, have nothing in your hands, and turning your full attention to the easy rhythm of your breathing. You connect. You connect to breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the rhythm of your breath as you allow it to settle your thoughts and ease your feeling. I breathe in. I breathe out. Let your only thought be, I breathe in. I breathe out. Feel yourself begin to be still as the breath, as you exhale and sink deeper into your seat. You relax. You relax. Take a moment to look through your body. Notice places that may feel uncomfortable. Breathe into those places and exhale to them, relaxing them. Again, find those places, breathe into them, exhale to them, and just whisper quietly to them. Relax. Do the same for your emotions. Find them. Breathe into them. Relax them. Find the emotions that are stressed, that are anxious. That feel tight. Breathe into them. Exhale to them. Relax them. Feel the breath as it flows through your entire body, seeking to relax from head to toe. The thoughts that you have that keep coming and going, let them come and let them go. Let them come, let them go. You have the power to set them aside. Set them to aside. Leave them there for the moment. You can pick them up at any time and let your only thought be, I breathe in, I breathe out. I breathe in, I breathe out. And now take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and hold the breath. Hold the breath for 5. Exhale slowly the breath for 7. Once more, breathe in deeply, hold the breath for 5. Exhale slowly for 7. Breathing normally, you are quiet and still. You feel centered in the divine flow of who you are. This is your quiet time to be in the stillness, to be in the quiet, to be at the center of your heart. Open your heart to receive. Open your heart to receive all the good stored up for you right where you are. Listen to the words of Spirit. I have loved you with an everlasting love. You are my beloved child. Love, born in the image and likeness of the Creator. Creator love. There are no shadows. There is no separation. There is only wholeness, compassion, harmony, goodness, kindness, gentleness. Only love spoken here. Feel the divine flow of love as you see yourself glowing in love, flowing from you, touching all you see. Touching all and prospering in love. Love, perfect, whole, complete. One. Divine love flowing, blesses, increases all the time. Breathe in, breathe out. Be conscious of breathing in and breathing out. Be conscious of being renewed in the divinity of divine love. You are that love made visible. Feel the energy of the love and let love flow. Breathe in again and exhale. Breathe in deeply. Exhale slowly. Feel your surroundings. Feel the chair you sit on. Feel your feet firmly on the ground. You are relaxed, refreshed, renewed, open, and receptive. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And know all things are good in the Christ. Amen. Good morning again to everyone and to our friends online. Happy that you are with us as we today begin some thoughts about summertime. So for July, before I get started, last week I neglected to say a few things about our Father's Day celebration. But then Kwesi wasn't here, so it was meant to be. And so today, with him in the room, I just want to say a few words of first, thank you. And what a afternoon of relaxation and a little bit of tension, but that's Carol Hunt. because I like things to go smooth, you know. But excitement in the room, and I would think that it was a circle of love in the room. Definitely. And the room was packed, and the idea of the celebration of fathers, which is, of course, something that we do, but in the special manner that it was celebrated by Unity in Harlem, and Kwesi took the idea and ran all over with it, of celebrating fathers who we don't normally think about, who are just doing fatherhood in their way and what's come into their space. And some were doing it all along. Nobody thought about it. And so these gentlemen, and to what extent, I'm really not sure 100%, but of the LGBTQ plus community, were wonderful in their remarks and in their life experience. So there was an education that happened in that room that day that would have never happened, as far as I'm concerned, with a population of people that would never have been gathered together for that reason. If we had been out on the corner selling tickets, so come to a Father's Day breakfast for people who are of the LGBT community and how they do fatherhood, we would not have sold tickets. At least I don't think so. But in the way that it was put together, and for the population there, and for Unity in Harlem's population with Grace Church, a population that is not, for the most part, living in the world of the generation now. It was a blending that was terrific, and a sharing that was terrific. I would hope that all future honoring of fathers would have a sense of those who are forgotten or not thought about. We didn't even touch the incarcerated father and how they handle fatherhood. I believe that's our role in many ways, to address some of the things that happen to us as a people and others who are marginalized in our society. So I just want to publicly say thank you to everyone, especially to Kwesi and his group of friends that kept coming, supporting Unity in Harlem to do what it did. So again, thank you, Kwesi. And we can go along today with July. So as you know, I sometimes take the months according to the weather and see what we can do with it. And so July is here and it's summertime. And so It's the joy of leisure. That's the theme for the month, the joy of leisure. And the sub-theme is do no thing. Do no thing. So our world is now in a time of enjoyment and leisure as the summer continues to unfold. We welcome the time to relinquish days and times of having to be somewhere and times of having to do something, whether we are in the world of work or the world of volunteering. There is an inherent satisfaction in leisure for that very reason. It is our turn, our opportunity to turn our attention away from obligation to rest and recreation. Society has created it so that it's like built-in free time for enjoyment. And I guess we can, in many ways, thank the unions for that. And the many, many, years of moving in that direction. And what it has become as it has moved through society is leisure at your convenience. You can take those 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, depending, at your convenience. It certainly offers demand, freedom from your demanding work and duty. You can enjoy hobbies and things of other nature. And sometimes it can make up for the lack of gratification in work and volunteer service. Because in many instances, people feel locked into their work. But for other considerations, like years of service, the pension that they see coming, and how will they live, they stick with it, even though they don't enjoy it anymore. I will say one thing, the work generation of these days, they are more prone to say, I don't like this, I'm going to do something else. They just pick up and go. They don't get locked into the performance or the platform that was before. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm just saying they have the willingness to break out of that. The fact is, there are several theories of leisure in relationship to work, the work you did or did not do. It would be an exercise worth taking for yourself to examine if your work was more than transactional. In other words, what I'm saying, I have the skills needed that are worth a certain amount of money, and I get paid for it. You pay me for it, because that's what I've got. So it becomes a transactional agreement. Today, we want to take a deeper look at leisure and how definitions in consciousness can affect how a true student can view themselves around this idea, this word, leisure. And hearken back to the theme of the joy of leisure. Some of you have heard about my challenge with leisure/vacation time. Many times I have defined vacation as leisure. I've used leisure and my vacation time to further my spiritual learning, understanding, and practice at retreats and schools. On these occasions, more than once or twice, I would encounter a group of squirrels on my early morning walk. The squirrels were having a good old time. They were playing with each other. They were doing nothing. Nothing. They were not looking for food. They were not cleaning out their living space. All those things we do while we were on vacation, they weren't doing any of that. They were playing with each other, running up and down the bark of the tree, chasing each other. It was remarkable to watch them. The first time this happened, I watched and thought, isn't that cute? That is really cute. The next time it happened, and the time after that, I knew there was a reason for me, a lesson for me in the experience. I got a pretty hard head. So I always didn't get the lesson. I knew it was something about like, take a break, relax. But I pursued what I was pursuing on my vacation, which in easy way to say it was my break from my obligation. The challenge of dealing with a consciousness of leisure, as I interpreted the word, I thought of it as, well, to do nothing or to be running up and down the bark of a tree. That's frivolous. Frivolous behavior with no product outcome except feeling good. And that was difficult. There is another definition of leisure that's in the school of philosophy. That definition encouraged us to turn our attention away from work and transaction to ethics. Aristotle says, a society where leisure was valued would lead to the development of well-rounded individuals capable of contributing meaningful to the community. They would dedicate their time and their life to intellectual and cultural pursuits, cultivate wisdom, empathy, creativity, critical thinking, engage in the arts, participated in contemplative practices like prayer and meditation. So you may say, Carol, you were good. You were doing all or most of the above. But yes, I was doing it, but I was doing it for the wrong reasons. The philosophy of enjoying life as defined is based on the word hedonism. And hedonism is defined as pleasure. So for someone like me to be enjoying life from a point of view of pleasure and defined as the most important pursuit of humankind and the source of all that's good, that's the definition of pleasure. I rejected that. For me, it was anti-Christian. Christianity, New Thought, is the most serious life choice that can be made, as far as I'm concerned. And to reflect on the spoken word of Jesus, pleasure really took a back seat, or so I thought. Not only pleasure, material wealth, and pursuing leisure for leisure's own sake. However, Jesus does make a point to the disciples to be balanced. He encouraged disciples to take time for rest and solitude, spiritual growth, fellowship and community, humility, and avoid idleness. You can find that in Mark. We know he attended weddings, shared meals with friends, and was always in conversation with others. So there was a paradox here for me. Leisure defined as pleasure, and your decision as to how you spend your free time within the message of Christianity and New Thought carries the tension of misusing it. Seeing leisure through the lens of meditation and prayer helps to lay a foundation to this notion of let's do no thing. To quote Eric Butterworth, leisure time is a very important time if it's properly used. Continuing, he reminds us of the Greeks who considered leisure as the opportunity for moral and intellectual development and participation in the life of the community. For me, the question was, how do I balance pleasure and not feel I'm living up to my commitment to go into the world and preach the gospel? When it says, whom shall I send and who shall go for us? And I said, here am I, send me. The truth is, anything you did for me and my people, you also did it for me. Balance in that. With the word pleasure eliminated and delighting in the word leisure, I and others are fully engaged in do nothing. It is in doing nothing I and other truth students are cultivating our soul and contributing to community. And what do I mean about that by doing nothing? For sure, leisure is a complex issue. Specifically, work life and leisure life must be balanced if life is to be meaningful. It remains the vacation, the dinner out, special events. It is, as Eric says, must be understood. Leisure becomes our break in the ongoing of our work. It is experienced in many forms. It is what speaks to your inner self. The formal time set aside for meditation and prayer. It is what awakens your inner inspiration. The walk in the park, the contemplation of a bird in flight, the stars at night, swimming in the ocean, the beauty of nature. What cultivates your inner awareness, your inner flow? That is what truly is the break. Remember, life is inward out, not the other way around. So I am saying this. To balance leisure as work, that leisure must be seen as any of the things you do that call to your inner self for inspiration. So if you are sitting in a park and looking at the grass and you are inspired from within, that is leisure. If you are looking at the stars in the sky and feel inspired, that is leisure. Leisure is not just the two-week vacation in August when you attempt to go away. 9 times out of 10, most of us, yes, we go away, but we must go see this. We must go to that museum. We must go to this place. If it's, Tuesday, I have to be in Brussels. It's still work. It's not leisure because it's not speaking to your inner self for inspiration. So this word leisure needs to be expanded in our life. And we need to see not only the times we sit in the quiet for meditation and prayer as leisure. In fact, we don't even call it that, but we should, we need to begin to, because leisure is when you are inspired from within. We need to expand our consciousness with this word leisure. Yes, it's vacation away. Yes, it's dinner with friends, but it's also all those other things that I have mentioned. That is leisure because it is inspiring you from within. It is what awakens your inner inspiration. That walk in the park, the contemplation of a bird in flight, the stars at night, the beauty of nature. What cultivates your inner awareness, your inner flow? That's the break. You can have as many breaks as you want, as long as they inspire you from within. And that's the expansion of the word leisure. Now, when you do go to a quiet place, when you go and rest a while and shut the door, you do no thing. You, Quasi, as Quasi. You, Annette, as Annette. You, your ego you, do no thing. It is you. Your higher you. Your I am you. Your Christ you. You sit in the quiet, relax, and you listen. You become inspired through your break, your leisure. If you feel limited by your once a day meditation time, expand your break, expand your leisure. The joy of leisure, let it inspire you. Blessings. We prepare ourselves now for our prayer requests, and then we'll move directly into our tithe and offering. this would be a good time just to think about the word leisure. And search your own consciousness. And how do you define it for you? This moment of quiet contemplation is leisure. We call ourselves to feel and know inspiration, to be inspired. We are touched by the true meaning of that break from the busyness of the moment to the inner quiet contemplation of do nothing, do no thing, be still, seek inspiration. We let go former interpretations that no longer suit us, definitions that do not help us, and long to see our inner life full of opportunities to become more of who we really are, children of possibilities, all possibilities. For with spirit, all things are possible. We give thanks for this awareness and this knowing that we can take with us and continue to grow in consciousness. In the name of the Christ. And now we think about the gift that we would share with Unity in Harlem. We bless all those who give, for we know it begins with giving. As we give, so we receive. We give thanks for the flow of life and abundance through our lives and our choice to give. All our needs are met when we give in the Spirit first. We have a prayer that we share every Sunday. I will say the words first, and then you can join me after. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Shall we know it together? Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all I receive. So be it.
Thank you, Reverend Carol. And thank you for that message about leisure. And now, as I said earlier, I would do the announcements for the week and then the upcoming weeks. We are continuing on Zoom, and that number is 698-428-2725. And you're going to see all that I'll talk about on the screen. And by phone or dial in, you first do 929-205-6099 and then 698-428-2725. And both come in with the same passcode of 777-7777. So when we have our Tuesday study group, you will be able to come in using those connections. Our study group now is reflecting on the challenge of letting go by creating personal affirmations. And we meet on Tuesdays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. On Friday, Unity in Harlem has a Unity in Harlem prayer circle. And as Reverend Carol spoke about, there's a time to come apart. And for this hour from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., you can do just that. But if you'd like to also ask to be prayed with, Reverend Carol will do that with you. If you want to just listen to what others ask prayers about, you can do that. And there are times during that hour when no one is talking, not the minister, not anybody participating. And that's a real time to be in quiet over the phone. So I encourage you on Fridays from 6 to 7 to join us for the Unity in Harlem Prayer Circle. And anyone wishing to speak to the minister about a private matter, this one is straight telephone, and it is 646-481-1844. Next Sunday, we have a guest speaker, and the name will be very familiar to you. It's Reverend Marian Gambardella. And I know for the last several times she's been on the internet talking to us. Well, this time she's coming to New York, and she will be here in person. So those of you who have missed her, come on over. And if you have never met her, come on over. And if you're on the internet and you think you might want to come on over. And otherwise, see her in the ways that you are seeing her today. I mean, seeing Unity in Harlem today. Thank you, Reverend Carol. And now, for the next thing, on July 20th, Unity in Harlem will have their annual, and many of you know about it, annual day in the park. It'll be Sunday, July 20th, and we will be at Central Park. And here is a lovely flyer that you can, enlarge in your house and you can see it better. We'll be at Central Park as usual. And it'll be on Central Park West. And, that's kind of just to the east of Manhattan Avenue. And you enter on 109th Street. But the way the park has entry points, you can also enter on 105th Street. If you enter on 109th Street, you go up the hill. And at the crest of the hill, you'll look to the right, and there you'll see us. We have our table out, and you might see other people, but you'll see us. However, if you choose to not go up the hill and take the stairs, that's on 105th Street. And you go up, oh gosh, I guess at least 20 stairs. You walk up and then there's a ledge, and you walk up and then there's a ledge, like that. And that one, you will see us even closer. So you have a choice about where to go. We will be coming together at 11 o'clock, and we have this space until 6 p.m. And you can, and I'll tell you what you can bring. You can bring your favorite park food, and some will be also available. You can bring your own chair, and some will also be available. You can bring snacks, fruit, salads, dessert, and something to drink. You can get more information by going on our website, www.facebook.com/Unity in Harlem. Or you can call on the phone to that same number, 646-481-1844. So we're hoping that you come and enjoy Central Park. We've had wonderful times. Where we're located, we have the shade of a tree, so you're not out in the open sweltering, if that's the way the weather will go, and you will have an absolutely wonderful time being with others. And as Reverend Carol said, if you want, you can take your chair and relax in a little spot. It's a delightful time. So that's Sunday, July 20th. And so realizing that on that day, we will not be here at in the building at 318. We will be in the park. We will not be broadcasting. We'll be in the park. So please come to the park. And I believe that is the end of my pleading with you to be in the park. So thank you very, very much. And now I will turn the program back over to Nissi, who will have a song of inspiration called Don't Stop Believing. After that, it'll be the prayer of protection and then our peace song. So thank you, Nissi.
Well, I feel like everybody knows the song, and I grew up knowing it, and it's one of my favorites. So please do sing along. just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. The singer in the smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile that can share the night, it goes on and on and on and on. Strangers playing up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill. Paying everything to roll the dice just one more time. Some will win, some will lose. No more to sing the blues. Oh, the movie never ends. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Big ending. No, stop believing. Hold on to the feeling. Street lights, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on. Street lights, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to the feeling. Street lights, people.
Okay, we'll do the prayer protection and then you'll sing the peace song. So we'll do the prayer protection if everybody will stand together, and we'll do that together. Okay, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let there be peace on earth.
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. Creator, we all are weak. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal. There be peace on earth, and let it be.